Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This was a hard one. Dominic Jawayne Orlando Cummins of Story Gap, Codrington Hill, and St. Michael. He beat his mother. He beat his mother. She made a mistake because she saw what she brought into the world. She understood what she was supposed to do and she did it, but she let him back in. He was disrespectful to her in the past. She asked him to leave. He left, went and lived with the grandmother. The grandmother could not take him for another second, and she asked him to leave. He's not even respecting the elders in the family. So the mother took him back. You never go back. You should never go back. Show me a situation where you saw something for what it is and you made a decision there and then. You made that decision, and then months, years later, you turn and say, okay, I'm going to go back to that vomit. I'm going to go back to that thing that I vomited up. I'm going to take it back and see. Come and tell me how that has worked out for you. It is tenfold, it's 100-fold, it's 1,000-fold, it's much worse. You should never go back. So this mother took her son back in after the grandmother told him he had to move out. And at first he was living in the patio, but it rained and it was so bad that maybe he was getting wet. So she allowed him to come into the living room. And the next day she complained about the state he left the area that he was in. And he beat her. He beat her, okay? And he's telling the court that one of the reasons he beat her was because she loves his sister or her daughter more than she loves him. That jealousy, he had pent up anger. That's why he did what he did. But be that as it may, you never go back to something you spat out, you vomited up, something that you understood the way it moved. You understood the dynamics of situations. You never go back, because I'm telling you, people are not changing. The change is for the worse. They go lower. They get even worse. They add more crap onto the resume they've already accumulated or have. You never get better. If you want to be good and you want to move forward in a positive way, that is one thing. Someone that is working not to be good, someone that is working to be bad, to be a robber, to be a thief, to be a liar, to be a cheater, to be a swindler, they're not going to get better when they've been doing it for years and years and years and years. It's not going to get better. Stop looking for someone to be what you want them to be. You cannot make people over, okay? You should stop trying to make people over to what you want them to be. Who's to say that you are any good? Who's to say that you are anyone that can tell someone that they should change their ways? You may not be any good either, okay? So just let people be what they are. Recognize, okay? Just recognize that people are what they want to be. And if they're practicing and doing something over and over, that's what they want to be. That's what they want to be. Don't try to make them, to be something that they're not. So this guy, he beat his mother. And he has to pay her he's not going to go to jail. He just has to pay her for the doctor. She went to the doctor. She had to go to the hospital. He damaged the phone. And Dominic Jawayne Orlando Cummins, if you have this guy's photo, please send it to me. If you have Dominic Jawayne Orlando Cummins photo, please send it to me. He is a badass. Okay, he's as bad as they'll ever come. I don't know where he's gonna go now, because he's saying that she put him out, and he is there to say, I don't even want to go back to her house. I don't even want to see her again. He has done what he has wanted to do for years. And he has accomplished it. He doesn't need to go back there anymore. She put him out, let him back in. He did what he wanted to do. And he is there in the court to say, I am not going back there again. I don't want to see that B again. I don't want to see her again. I don't want to deal with her again. You see? She gave him the power. She gave him that power that he could look back on her and say, yeah, I effed you up. Yeah, I did what I wanted to do with you. I'm done with you now. I'm gonna spit you. And when a guy vomits you out, they vomit you out. It's the women that have the problem going back to vomit. You need to pull yourselves up, ladies. You need to pull yourselves up. Dominic Jawayne Orlando Cummins beat his mother and was there in the court to say, I ain't going back there. I don't want to see her again. I did what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to put, some licks on her. And I did it. Mission accomplished. I dealt with her. This is Sherry Veronica.